Yeah, okay. How are you looking forward to your first FA Cup tie as Manchester United manager?
For me, the cup is always special, and I know in England, FA Cup is even more higher expectation, higher standards as in the Netherlands. But I liked the cup in the Netherlands as well. It's a different league, and so in not so many games you can achieve a lot, and also you have to come a winner. And this is possible when you draw, then it's a replay, but then after two, it's a knockout. So I like that.
Can I just ask you what, if any, update you can give us on Jack Butland and his impending move from Crystal Palace?
Yes, so Martin was recalled, and in our setup we need a squad with 3 experienced goalkeepers. We have some young ones and they do well, but we have so many games, and so you need 3 good goalies in the training, but also when there are coming up problems, and then you need experience in the goal and to get your goals and what you're aiming for.
So, I mean, how many games might he play? What could he bring?
Well, what he's bringing, it's I'm really happy, and we have David, and that's quite clear. And he's our number 1, and he's really good performing. But what I say is always something can happen with David as well. And you have to be prepared for that, and that not in such moment that you have only one experience and when you are unlucky. So last year I had the situation with Ajax. We had 3 goalies injured, and you don't want to come in a situation that you have to put in the end of the season. Hopefully you can play for trophies, that you have to put in a young keeper. You can't expect it from the young goalkeeper, but also you kill your season, and that is what you have to be prepared for.
Can I just ask you one more about Marcus Rashford? And you've been asked a lot about Marcus and his form and the runs that he's on. As his manager, where do you see the areas that he can improve, that he can get better? Because we know all about his speed and he scores goals. What areas are you working on to try and make him an even better player than he is now?
First of all, keep the focus, and always, and it doesn't matter if you are in the game or if you are not in the game, keep focusing on scoring a goal, because I think a player like also others in our squad, like Anthony Martial, is the same. And when they stay in the game, mentally focused, 100% concentration, they have always the skills. They need only one moment, and one moment to change the game in a positive way. And so if he develops that skill, I think they will even score more goals and even more contribute to a successful season.
Erik, in terms of your season as a whole, you've got 2 home cup ties. You're in the top 4 of the Premier League. Are you where you thought you'd be at this stage in the season?
Oh, you don't know, but let's say this. I think we are in a good position. We are there where we want to be. But still, go for game to game. We play in many leagues. So focus from game to game and on the league, and don't think too far ahead.
The way you've moved into the top 4, people are starting to wonder whether are you able to compete for the title? Is that an ambition? Is that a dream of yours?
What I say, we have to go from game to game and still think about and work on that, progress the process, and it's all about that as a team, first state, and then also individual, because when the team is performing, also individuals getting better.
But if you could win a trophy this season, what would that be like to win a trophy in your first season at Manchester United?
I don't think about that. It's in this stage of the season. it's not where you are looking at. You have to get into a position that you can win something, because there are so many games to play, and I know a season is taking long, especially such a lot of games ahead. Then don't get distracted. When you think too far ahead, you get distracted. Don't do it. Focus on the game. Focus on your progress. Focus on the team performance. Focus on the team development. It's all about that. And there are many elements in our game what we have to improve. So think about that, concentrate on that, and work together to get it better.
Will you have to strengthen in January, do you think, to stay where you are or to push on?
We always have to look for that. As we push the players, because good is not good enough. Also in the organization, we have to push each other. When there are opportunities in the top, you always have to be ready for that. But my main focus is to get a better team, to improve the team.
Okay, thanks. We'll now move on to the second section, embargoed until 10:30 p.m. this evening. Samuel.
Erik, just on Donny van der Beek, do you know how long he's likely to be out for?
Not yet. So we are still doing investigations, and in a moment, it's a knee injury, and in the moment we have it clear, we will bring that.
Is Marshall okay for tomorrow? Or
Yes, he's fit and he's available.
And just finally for me, with Butland, is he going to be your number two, or do you regard Tom Heaton as the number two?
I never work like that. We have now 3 goalkeepers. They're all experienced, and they all can be 1, 2, 3. But it's quite clear, David in this moment. It's about a long way, of course, in Manchester United is clear the number 1. But I think Tom, he was many times he was on the bench. He had bad luck when he was injured for the Carabao Cup, the first one against Aston Villa. Then Martin was keeping and did very well. Now the situation. Jack Butland coming in. Now we have to see. I have to see his performance in training. But the Carabao Cup is coming quick, and then we will make a choice. Tom is, of course, he's more adept to our way of play. Is have more connection with the dressing room, with the team. So, but still, I have to make a decision to Tuesday. But first, I think on tomorrow. So for me, is in this moment no issue.
Neil.
Everton, after good wins like Tuesday, say what the team hasn't done. How much more do you think can come from this team this season?
Well, I think in a lot of aspects there's room for space for improvement, and so it's about in a lot of aspects when you can get the improvement. Obviously your process is better, your way of play is better, and when that's better, the opportunity you win games is higher, and that is what we have to work for.
And just with Marcus, you mentioned earlier about if he's in the game 100%, is that what you think slightly missing? Sometimes he could wander out the game and an opportunity can go.
I was really happy with his goal, 3-0 against Bournemouth. So then he stayed in the game. He didn't score in the game, but still he was focused, and on the right moment, on the right spot, he was there to make his goal in that game. And I said them from the first moment, you will create chances, or the team will create chances for you when you are in the right moment and the right spot. Will come every game, but it can be first minute, can also be the 95th minute. So make sure you are there, and then you have the skills to finish. With right, with left, with his head, doesn't matter what.
James, and then Dave.
Erik, you're obviously down an attacking option at the moment with Jayden not being available to play. He's obviously back at Carrington. you obviously have been clear you would ideally like to strengthen your attack still further. Is it going to increase the pressure on Jadon to come back into the fold and give you that extra attacking option? When do you really need him to come back, and when do you see that happening?
Oh, I would like it to have Jadon as soon as possible back, but also in this, I can't force this process, and so I will do everything what's in my power. But some processes you can't force, and this is one of them. So I have also to show patience, although I don't have the patience, because you are right. We have a lack of opportunities in the front line. Players who are available, are capable to contribute in the Premier League, not only Premier League, but on the highest standard in top football. And Jadon is one. When he is fit, he will contribute, and then we have an extra option, and so we have more chance to winning a lot of games.
And now he's back at Carrington. Have you been able to speak to him, and what do you see the hurdles or the issues that he's still got to cross?
Yeah, we have some hurdles to take, but I think he is in a good direction. And what I say, I can't force this process, and so I don't do. But so I would be really happy in the moment he's returning in the squad for team training. So that will be the next step.
He's not actually injured, is he? He's just not fit enough, you don't think?
In this moment, he's not fit enough, no.
And you mentioned a mental aspect in the past that you think there might be a problem.
I said physical, and but the physical is also of the connection with mental. But I think he's now making good progress on the physical part. So and that will help him. And I think, I hope he can return quickly, but I can't say a termination of a duration, how long it will be.
Dave, and then the last question, Chris.
Erik, it's 6 years since Manchester United last won a trophy. I think you won the Dutch Cup before you won the title there, and obviously Sir Alex Ferguson, his first trophy here was the FA Cup before all of his success. How important can a trophy be in terms of being a launch pad for more success, and how important would it be to get that first trophy here?
So we have a lot of opportunities to win a trophy. We are still in many competitions, and winning a trophy is something great. Every trophy to win is great, and it will give you an experience. What can help you to win more titles or more trophies, and maybe also bigger trophies. That's definitely true. And so first you have to go over that limit, to get that experience, because it's always the same. The same players always winning trophies, and that's not a coincidence. Because it has to do, of course, with his capabilities and often with mentality.
You're confident this squad is capable of winning trophies?
Oh yeah, I think we have some players in this team who have the experience and who can help us.
Last question, Chris.
Erik, just one more on Jadon there. If you can't say when he's due back, can you say whether you feel, from what you've seen and heard so far, he's felt the benefit of his time in Holland? And do you think that physically and mentally, that he is showing signs of improvement now?
No, it's not. So he was in the Netherlands, but also that process could have been in England as well. But the cool thing is, and that's that he's back in Carrington, and that show he's making progress. So he's ready for the next step.
Erik, how could a sort of £75 million forward at Manchester United, with all the facilities you have, all the experts, become unfit? How could that be allowed to happen?
But I think, many in top athleticism, in top, and so also in football, but also in different other sport arts. Sometimes it's good to go away from the place where you are daily at, and to get a new vibe, to get and spirit, and where people have a different approach, and that can give you the right push to get back on track.
But if you had 20 Jadon Sanchos who were all unfit, you'd be snookered, wouldn't you? You'd be in trouble. So how could he? I'm wondering why or how did he become unfit in the first place? If kind of the club's job, your job, the physics job is to to keep these players tip top.
Football are not robots. Football players, and no one is the same. And I think for everyone you need an individual approach. And we thought in cooperation with Jadon it was the best choice.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.